All right. So what I have in front of me today, guys, is a manuscript, and if you notice, it has one, two, three, four, five lines. All right, and four spaces in between those lines. All right, and this is what we use to write music notes and write down songs on music literature and whatever we basically need in music. All right. So first things first, we're not going to be using the manuscripts today. We're going to actually be using typing sheets, or if you have an exercise book, we will be able to use that. Actually, folder sheet, that is. If you guys have typing sheet, you can try to attempt doing this, but it doesn't have the lines for you to use, and the lines is very important. All right. So if you notice, I already have five letters or five notes on there. It is E, G, B, D, and F. I'm not sure anyone can think what that is referring to. It refers to every good boy does fine. All right, and that's how we indicate the notes on the staff. So I'm just gonna go ahead and write a couple more for us. We're gonna skip three lines, one, two, three, and we're gonna write it. If we don't want to use letters, we can just use numbers: five, four, three, two, and one. Remember, we start from five coming down because the phrase is every good boy does fine. All right. Then again, I'm gonna skip the next three. One, two, three, and then F, D, B, G, and then an E. Alright, skip a next one, two, three, and start from five again. Four, three, two. And lastly, on this last one, that's one. Alright. Okay, so the first symbol that we're gonna be drawing will be the treble clef. Alright? And to start the treble clef, we gotta go to the second line, this line right here, or to the line G. All right, so we're gonna put that a dot right there. That's our first step. And afterwards, we make a curve. So we make a curve, but we don't pass this B line. So we make a curve, and remember to stay within the horizon of this B right here. So we go here, and we do not pass that B line. We go as close as we can, but we don't pass it. All right, let's try our best not to pass it. That's our first step. So we make a curve like that, and then we continue go around. And what we're gonna do now, all right, we come all the way to the bottom here. So we're making a curve like this, but we don't pass that E line or the first line at the bottom there. All right, and then after that we come back up, and then we're gonna go slant ways. So you guys make sure you're just watching this first one and not attempting it as it. All right, so after that we go sideways, we make our loop up here. All right, and then we come straight down now, and we make a little loop underneath there as well. When you come down, just remember to come a little bit within from where you started. Let's try it again. Start here, we go around. All right, come up on a slant, we make that loop up there, and we come back down and we make the loop at the bottom. All right, I went out of the borders a little bit. You see how I went out of the borders here at the bottom? That's fine, but it's better when we don't do that. But it comes with practice. As you can see, even me at my age doing this 1,000,001 times still make mistakes. So we'll try it again. Come around, down, up, make the loop. Remember, it's up on the slant and the loop at the bottom. All right, guys. So I can do like probably 4 of these in one segment. I'll do this one a bit quicker than the next. Up, down, and make the loop. All right. So we can do about 4 of those. So that's the first one that we're gonna be doing. All right, and if we go from the second line for the people that wrote numbers, it's from the second line, come around, don't pass the third line, and there we go. Second line, don't pass the third line, come around, there we go. So that is the treble clef. All right, and then this one that we're gonna be doing, the next symbol, is the bass clef. All right, remember we're gonna be talking about these later on, but before we get into that, I want us to be able to know how to draw it. All right, and that's how we draw the bass clef. And then a dot here and a dot here. So first we go to the D line right there, and then we make a curve. We don't pass that F line, we stay right in the borders, and then we come down here. All right, we can stop either here at the G line, which would be preferred, or we can bring it down sometimes a little bit more, but we don't want to bring it all the way to the E line. All right, we put a dot here and a dot here, right? One at the bottom of the D line and one at the above of the D line. Right, let's try that one again. We start here, we come around, and that's right there. All right, dot at the bottom and dot at the top. Some musicians carry the line a little bit down more to the bottom, or some stop right here. It's pretty fine with me as long as it's not hitting the last line all the way to the bottom. That is how it is. All right, one here, one here. That is the bass clef. So this is the bass clef. All right, then up here we have the treble clef, which is also an awesome clef. All right, and if you start here with the numbers, drawing the bass clef again, go around, line, around, and the two dots. All right, so always remember those two dots right there, very important. It makes a distinguishment of the bass clef. All right, guys, so now what you're gonna do, you're gonna follow these techniques and this procedure on how to draw the treble clef and the bass clef, and you're gonna draw an entire page of only treble clef, just like how it's done here, and then an entire page back and front of only the bass clef. So treble clef, treble clef, treble clef, treble clef, at the back as well, treble clef, and on your next sheet, bass clef, bass clef, bass clef, and on the next page, bass clefs as well. All right, and then I'm just gonna connect these dots. You guys don't have to do these dots and all of that. You can just go ahead and draw it. I'm just doing it to show you guys how it looks. I'm missing some of my dots, but that's fine. Right, last one. All right, then the bass clef. So remember, guys, front and back, two dots, front and back, two dots. All right, guys, every good boy does fine. We start on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the bottom. All right, so in our next class we'll be doing some other notes, but for this class we're just gonna do the treble clef and the bass clef. All right, enjoy.